Good. Morning. Good morning. Let's see. All right. Umaga. Ayan nga, agahon. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Magandang umaga. Mayad nga agahon. All right. Get myself set up here. Having my cup of coffee. Hey, Glenn. Good morning, bro. Good morning, bro. Hey, Glenn, appreciate the shout out on that one message you recommended that guy to contact me regarding a place to live. His name is Paolo, and he's coming from Italy. Kind of surprising because I told him at first we were like messaging each other, Glenn, and then he goes. I just told him, man, it might be easier if we just talk. So he gave me a call. So got all his details. He's actually been to Calibo already, but he wanted to move out of Calibo. He said there's just too much stuff. He wanted some more peaceful. So I was kind of thinking he might be a good candidate here, Glenn, in our community here at Camellia Aklan. But I had to look what's available right now here at Camellia Aklan. He was like telling me he wanted a 2-bedroom. He didn't care if it was furnished or unfurnished because from the sound of it, he liked Calibo. He liked the Aklan province. So he's like wanting to stay long here. So he said he's fine with like getting his own furniture and things like that. So we'll see. We'll see. I told him I'll get back with him. I'll start looking and see what's available. So I'm gonna try to find a place for him, probably here in the Numancia area, maybe outside of Calibo proper, maybe by the airport might be a good location for him. You know, I'll see. I'll see what I can do for Paolo from Italy. Alan McHugh. Howdy, Gino from Texas and Calibo too. Wow, Calibo and Texas. All right, Alan. Howdy, my friend. I lived in Texas for about 5 years. I lived there in San Antonio, Texas. So, and then my sister, she still lives in Houston, Texas, and I have a bunch of relatives that live in Houston, Texas. So I'm connected to Texas, and now I'm connected to Calibo. So we have that similarity. We have that in common. We enjoy your videos. My wife is from Boracay. Oh, glad you're enjoying our videos. And your wife's from Boracay, man. You know how much I love Boracay. You know, that's like our happy place. That's our happy place. It's never a disappointment. I've been going to Boracay for 13 years now, traveling there all the time. And every time I'm still amazed. It's amazing how when I get on that ferry and then with the minute I land in Boracay, I feel like I'm transported to another place where it's my happy place. You know, it's like I just love everything about Boracay. I know, there's some faults, like with anything else, there's always that congestion at the port. You always there's people that seem to like make it hard for you, but I still enjoy it because I can look past all that, like dealing with all the rules, with so many rules in Boracay now. But once I put my foot on that white sand beach, on White Beach, and do my morning walks there, it's like heaven for me. It's like early in the morning. I just walk for like an hour, sometimes 2 hours on Front Beach, and then I have my breakfast at Real Coffee. with that amazing $1 million view. And, uh, like I said, my happy place, it's like, can't wait to go again. I was supposed to go, like, I think last Tuesday, but the person that I was supposed to meet there, he had to cancel because he had a medical emergency. So he had to go back to the United States. So, but no big deal. I know I'll be going there. I know it's just a matter of time till I'll be in Boracay again. And then Ray, hey Ray, my friend from Sacramento, California, present. All right, I like that, brother. Present and accounted for, brother. All right, Glenn. Great. Hey, Glenn. All right, man. I'm not that I'm trying to, fill Camellia Aklan with expats, Glenn. I know, but it's just a place that I think, that people are looking for. I just know expats. They don't like congestion. They like their space, and they like a quiet community. They don't want like noisy tricycles and things like that. That's why I always recommend our community, Camellia Aklan, because even on my walks, people can see that, man, it's so peaceful here. Like right now, I have the door open. I don't hear any noise. All I hear outside is like birds, and I like that. I like that. It's always peaceful and quiet. And I know that's not for everyone. I know a lot of our Filipino friends tell Dazel and I all the time, like, how can you guys live there? It's so boring there. There's nothing to do there. But we just enjoy. We just enjoy the peace and quiet. It's like as I had gotten older, peace and quiet is what I look for now. Everything now is about nature, getting in touch with nature, and just living in a peaceful environment. That's what I enjoy now. Horace, all right, Horace. Hey, man, we had a time change, so you are 1 hour early, but we are here. All right, Horace, Marie, appreciate you guys. Leanna's actually here today, Horace. Friday, it's a holiday here in the province of Aklan. The former governor, they named this in honor of him. He's passed away many years already, but Godofredo Ramos, I think is his name. But the whole province of Aklan, it's a holiday today. No government worker working today. No schools, and probably the banks probably are closed today. So, but she's still sleeping. Dazzle actually was awake earlier, but she might have gone back to sleep because she was down here maybe like at 7:30, and it's 9:30 now. So I don't know, but I'm sure they'll come down. Since it's 9:30, I'm sure they'll come down in a little bit here. Let me just adjust the monitor here. All right. Glad to see you always, Horace and Marie. It's like you guys are awesome, man. Text back. Good morning, Gino. Hey, Brian. Good morning, man. I haven't gone through like all my messages at WhatsApp, man. So if you send me a message this morning, don't worry. I'll text back. But been a little busy this morning with the guy, with Paolo from Italy. I took his call, and then I took a shower, things like that, just to get ready. Because I actually walked earlier here because I haven't walked in a while in our subdivision because it's been raining. As a matter of fact, it's cloudy again today. It's a little bit cloudy. Expect more rain. We actually have a typhoon in the northern Luzon area. I saw it this morning. I got an update at 5 a.m. It's right at Ilocos Norte on the top of Luzon Island. But it said there that the typhoon should be leaving the Philippine area of responsibility by this afternoon, by 5 p.m. About 8 hours, it's going to leave the Philippine area of responsibility. But it's just been raining. It's like it seems like the last 3 weeks we had Typhoon Christine, Typhoon Leon, and then now Typhoon Marce is the name of the typhoon. But hopefully not too many more typhoons. It's almost December. Usually by the time we hit December, that's the last time you'll see typhoons here in the Philippines. January, very rare do we get a typhoon in January, and then February and March. So that's already the beginning of summer. That's already the beginning of summer. Alan, we have a property in Calibo in Old Busuan. Oh, all right, Alan. It's like we go there. We go to Old Busuan and New Busuan. We like eating at that restaurant, the backyard. For Filipino food, and I actually like their burger at the backyard. I'm sure you've eaten there since that's where your property is at. Thank you for coming online. Appreciate it, Alan. Danny Choi, what is a respite house property? What is a respite? Respite. Is that I'm thinking you're thinking respite? Is that like a vacation or uh, I'm not quite sure what you meant there, Danny, with respite house or property. Maybe you can type down, and I'll try to figure it out. I haven't seen that word attached to house and property. Respite. Joel, hey Joel and Eileen, glad you're online. Glad you're online. Oh, I see a dog. I think Chloe. Yeah, I can see Chloe's tail, so she's probably coming down the stairs. HD, greetings. Hey, HD. Hey, we finally checked out. Oh, there's Chloe. I can see Chloe. She's like looking on the stairs there. We actually saw the Freenan that you were recommending for us to watch. We like it. We like it, man. We'll probably watch that on Netflix because it's got that Game of Thrones kind of vibe. So thanks for the tip there, man. Thanks for the tip, HD. Biggie support group. Hey, what's up, Mark? What's up, Mark? I'm doing good, brother. Hopefully you're having a good day, brother. Hope you're a good day. Expat Brian says, "No worries, brother. I know you stay busy and have a routine." All right, Brian. Yeah, yeah. It's like sometimes I kind of go off the routine. Like lately, I haven't been able to walk outside a lot because of the rain. That's why it prompted Dazel and I to join a gym membership in Calibo because we were thinking, man, it's like we're not working out as much as we want. There's only so much yoga I can do inside, so much jump rope, in our little yard that we can do. So we figure we joined a gym membership in Calibo, and that was nice. I'm glad my friend Rick from Jacksonville, Florida. I'm glad that he mentioned that gym to us because we liked it. We signed up for the membership. It's $18 a month. It's Monday and it's 7 days a week, so we can work out anytime, morning, uh, uh, during the day, and at night because it's in a hotel. So the hotel never closes, so that it works out for us. Glenn, they say there is another typhoon coming. Yeah, I actually saw that, Glenn. I saw that on, same coming from the Pacific Ocean. It's not yet a typhoon. I think it's just a low pressure area. And, it hasn't entered the Philippine area of responsibility. So we'll see. I keep an eye out on typhoons now. I never used to, but now I'm like, I guess because when I reported that one typhoon, there was interest about it on our channel. So I figure, it's easy for me to track it. I just go to the Pag-asa website and I read information. They always give you projections on where it's going to hit, what area it's going to hit. So I'll just keep doing that. I actually enjoy it now. It's like I used to enjoy the travel channel in the United States. So probably not a surprise that I like going into the Pag-asa or the Philippine weather people here, their website, and watching videos about what they do. Horace, all right, he says, "I am with you, my brother, on the peace and quiet. As we get older, so reserve a slice of your. Oh yeah, you know that, Horace. You know whatever you need, man. You give more support to our channel than anybody, Horace and Marie. I mean, it's like we're just like overwhelmed by it, the support you've given us. The whole time we've been, when we started the channel, you've always been so supportive about everything we do, and we appreciate it. We really appreciate it. I mean, you do so much for the Chloe sitter. And there's Chloe right there, Horace. It's like on the stairs, just watching me, paying attention to her daddy. Danny Choi, you bought Oh, okay. All right. All right. The property that we plan on, right now it's just a lot, the actually progress on the lot. They did the survey on the lot. Dazzle went there, about a week and a half ago. They marked her lot now, so it's all marked. Next up in line for a property there, we're probably gonna fence it. So we're talking. I'm sure Dazzle's trying to see who's gonna wall it. We haven't decided yet on the walling material, whether all cement walls or maybe half cement. We haven't figured that out. I guess we got to figure out the cost for one thing, but we're getting there, and we don't plan on building a home in it. Like our tiny house. We do plan someday, because building here, it can get pricey. It can get out of control sometimes, and we don't plan on building anything big. We're thinking same size of our house here, about 400 square foot, just enough place for Dazzle, Leanna, and I. And then we're looking at it at maybe 4 years from now, because I'm under 4 years now to get my Social Security. So when my Social Security kicks in, I'm thinking of getting it when I'm 62. That way we'll have extra money. Then I can use that money to build a house, and we won't build it fast, because, just try to until we build it. It's just less pressure on us. I don't want to build the tiny home now and be in a financial crunch. It'll be nice once I receive our Social Security, extra money, and we can put it on the house. That way we're not trying to save money on supplies for the build, because we wanted that more likely will be our permanent home, so we wanted to put a lot of nice things in there. Like we even think maybe we'll put solar in it, in that house. So we're patient, we're in no rush. It's like we have a beautiful home here. It works for us, and Leanna, she's in a good school here, so it's all good. It's all good. Let me see. And then, so your question regarding the property, what? Okay, so that's all it is. All that land was, Danny, was all that land was. I've always wanted to live in Boracay Island, but I can't afford it. Boracay Island, the land in Boracay Island is so expensive. So this is kind of like the next big best thing for Dazzle and I, because our property in Katiklan, it's on the mainland of Aklan. It's about a 5 minute walk to where the port is, where you can catch a ferry to Boracay. And then from that port, it's another 10-15 minutes to Boracay. So, I can practically, from that property, once we build our home someday, I can walk to the beach, takes in 5 minutes, get on a boat, and I'm in Boracay in 15 minutes. So that's the closest I'll get to Boracay. Because again, Boracay is, that's my happy place. And I want to live at least close to Boracay. A respite, an interval of rest or relief or period. Oh, thanks, Horace. I should have Googled it, but it's like I have to go through these comments. But thanks, Horace. Now I had an idea what a respite is, like resting, but I was just thinking I've never heard it put together with the word respite house. That was a new. I've heard like vacation house or things like that. But now I know. Now I know what a respite house or respite property. So it's for retirement. Yes, everything, Danny, everything I do now here is for retirement because I've been retired in the Philippines for the last 13 years. I've not worked here. We're not allowed to work here in the Philippines. This is most Americans, most expats that come here, very few are ever allowed to work. The Philippines is a retirement destination because the cost of living here is a lot lower than when I lived in the United States, and housing is a lot lower here. Like this house that we have here, my mortgage on this house is $200 on this house, and we've lived here now for 8 years. Uh, I would never find a mortgage like that in the United States. That's why here I'm able to retire on my pension, and that was the whole point of me moving to the Philippines early because I was already receiving a military pension. So for me, I knew it's a secured income. I can rely on that income monthly. So I knew I had that option that I can come here and no longer work. And best decision of my life because I'm not a worker. It's like, well, man, reward that. I don't want you to think I was lazy or anything. When I was working, I put my effort into it. So I was served in the military, United States Air Force for 20 years, and I worked hard. I gave it 110%. And even when I got out of the military, I gave it 110% when I worked at St. Mary's Hospital in Tucson, Arizona. But I just didn't want my life to be all about work. And I understand there's people that, hey, I know people that work, they don't want to quit working because they enjoy working. For me, it was just like, I started working when I was 15 years old. I worked at Taco Bell, and then I joined the military at 17. When I hit 45, it seemed like 30 years of my life, it's been all work. And I just wanted to do something different. And I know, with my military pension, that would allow me, to like do something else. And then when I came here, it's like I had all intention of staying, of course, because I sold everything I had in the US. I bought a one-way ticket. But in the back of my mind, if it really didn't work for me in the Philippines, it's not like I can't go back to the US and work again, you know. But it's just worked out. I'm glad it just worked out because I've stayed here now 13 years and I've never worked. Put in that 9 to 5 job and no longer have a boss. It's like I enjoyed the freedom. And looking back, that's to me. To me, the freedom is priceless. Again, just for me. I understand it's not for everybody. Retirement's not for everyone. Horace said, "Hello, Chloe. Where is your sitter?" Unfortunately, she's probably still sleeping. Um, Dazzle and Leanna, when Leanna doesn't have school, she stays pretty late. They're always watching on our big screen TV here. They're watching a Korean drama or Chinese drama, and they get into it. Because the Chinese drama and Korean drama, they're like episode per episode. So they're always like one more episode, and they keep going. And then sometimes it'll be midnight and they're still watching here. Good Death 44. Hi, Gino and Dazzle. Hope everything is well with you guys. If we are to look for properties in Calibo area, what areas are not flood prone? How about properties adjacent to Camellia Homes? Thanks. All right. That is hard. It's like a Calibo, I know they had a big flood here. I want to say like 2008, I think, around that. Frank, they call it like Typhoon Frank and flood, heavy flooding in Calibo. The problem with Calibo is it's right beside Aklan River, and Aklan River has overflowed into Calibo, or there's just areas I know in Calibo that are flood prone, but I know not all are flood prone areas. Uh, I just can't tell. It's like, for me, it'd be hard for me to like identify, because I've driven through Calibo, and there's times where there's areas that get flooded. And the properties adjacent to Camellia, there's another subdivision. Here's Camellia Aklan. I mean, we're side by side. It's called Legazpi. Legazpi is the another property, but they when I last time I looked anyway, they don't have as many homes there built as Camellia. So I don't, I can't really recommend them because I don't really know a lot about them. And like I don't know if you watched my video, the last video again, because that's always the thing that people ask me. It's like a popular question. That's why I think I've done two videos now within the last month about buying property here in Aklan province or buying property in the Philippines. I think just because Americans were so used to like when we go, hey, who's this one? I'm trying to figure. Oh, that's that. So I'm trying to figure out if it's
It's your wife.
yeah. I know because in the United States we're so used to like when we're moving to an area because I was in the military, so there were many times where I had to move. Hi, babe. Hey, we're so used to like buying property or buying the house or securing the house before. Hey, Toto, yay! To get it before you move to the new area, but it just doesn't work like that here. It's like buying how land here, buying property is not the same. It's like it's complicated, to say the least. And I know the people that have bought property here, bought land here in the Philippines, they can relate to this. It's not like in the US where, hey, if I wanted to, like, let's say, move to Tucson, Arizona, I can go online, I can Google, I can just type, go to real estate, look for different areas and see how much the homes are priced in those areas. There's no such mechanism here in the Philippines. Even here in our community, Camellia Clan, you would think I would be able to like, hey, that house sold for this much. Oh, hey, that house sold for this much. It doesn't work like that because the sales here are always private. Nobody discloses how much they sold their house or how much they bought their house. And I can't blame them. It's kind of like, hey, that's my business. If I sold my house, it's like I'm not gonna announce like, hey, I sold my house for this much. That's dangerous anyway here in the Philippines to be announcing anything online about money. You become a target here. It's like I always tell people when they come here, low profile is the way to go. It's like you don't want to attract any kind of attention here, especially regarding money. No extra attention needed. That you have money or that's like you're putting yourself in danger when you do that. It's best to like live a quiet, humble life. Leave that flash and that bling in the United States. When you come to the Philippines, blend in with the people. You don't want to be like, you don't want to be looked at as somebody that's really well off and showing off your money, and that's just dangerous here in the Philippines, in my opinion. And I know there's people that do that, and I just don't think they're considering the risk when you do that. In a developing nation. HD, glad you guys are enjoyed the show. HD, babe. I mentioned to him about the anime, that Trina, the anime.
It's Freeman. Freeman?
The first episode, yeah, a little bit. It was kind of a little bit, man. Just wondering if you guys enjoy shows that. Of course, yeah, of course. I mean, that's what Korean drama. He was asking if you like the drama stuff, that you guys watch drama. Yeah, they do, man. Leanna and Dazel, they'll be on the couch here watching like Korean drama, and I'm like, I can tell they're like nearly in tears sometimes. Liana, yeah, I know. It's like I told her, man, you're
Liana is funny.
I tell her, man, you're too young to be watching drama. You're
Liana's
11.
so funny.
Yeah, you're 11 years old. You shouldn't be watching drama.
Liana's like
But
this.
yeah, I know. That
My
shows that.
first is like Easy.
Yeah, yeah. MMA Kasanguni. Are you dual citizenship? Yes, I'm a dual citizen. When I first came to the Philippines, I wasn't. I have a Philippine birth certificate. So I came here on the balikbayan privilege. But I decided to obtain my Filipino citizen, be a dual citizen, once I attended STI College Calibo in Calibo because they were asking me for a student visa because I wanted to use my GI Bill. A GI Bill is our military educational benefit. Basically the military pays for the school, gives us some monthly housing allowance, and that's why I went ahead and obtained my dual citizenship. And it's a lot easier, with dual citizenship. I no longer have, with the balikbayan privilege, I have to exit the Philippines every year. It's only good for 1 year. But with the dual citizenship now, I have a certificate that says I'm a Filipino citizen, and I don't have to leave the country anymore. I can stay here forever, basically. Horace says, "What will you do with your existing house after you build the retirement home?" Horace, I think we're gonna rent it. We're just gonna rent it, whatever money we can get, because by the time in another 4 or 5 years, we'll only have a year left on this house. We don't really owe a lot anymore on the house, Horace. The mortgage, the $200 a month mortgage, I think we only owe about 750,000 pesos. Not, let me try to compute that. We only owe maybe $14,000. So we don't owe a lot on this house anymore. And in another 4 or 5 years, it's almost paid off. So if I rent it, whatever money we could get, it's like a month on rent, that will just be extra money. And then, Horace, with us, it's like I always tell Dazel, once I receive my Social Security, our life is just going to improve, because, we'll still maintain our budget, we'll still try to live below our means, but it just like opens a lot of new things for us, like building the house. We can travel more. We'll just have more money to do the things, like retired people really do. Jonathan, hi, it's Duarte. Hey, my LA County peeps, man. I know where Duarte is now, brother. I never knew where Duarte is when I lived in LA County, man. But now I know. I looked on the map even. It's like, oh, that's where Duarte is. When we were in Naga in Manila, we were able to get a senior citizen discount by simply showing or pass. Yeah, the thing with the senior discount, let me explain. It's supposed to be just for Filipino citizens. But here, when you go to the restaurants, and they're supposed to look for your senior card. Like me, I have that PWD, that person with disability card, and I show that, and I get the discount. But see, the thing is, if you're Filipino descent, if you look Filipino, a lot of times they just assume that you're senior. They just assume that you're from the Philippines. That's why they don't ask you for the ID. Some restaurants are more lenient. Some restaurants, you don't have to show them anything. They'll just discount. Then some are strict. That's why. I know it. You've gotten discount. If you're a senior looking person here in the Philippines, you have gotten discount even without the card. Even without the card. Joel, all right, Joel. I'm glad you mentioned that, Joel. Joel said Poblacion Calibo floods. Because Joel, they've lived in Calibo, they got property in Calibo, so he knows. He knows that Poblacion Calibo floods. And thank you, Joel, because like I couldn't answer that because like I don't, it's like I lived in Calibo, and the time when I rented an apartment there for 4 years in the capital area. The capital area is where I live. And my apartment was Carillo Snyder Apartments at the time. I lived there 2012 to 2016. And the 4 years I was there was one flood where it flooded the first floor. Like on the first floor of the apartment, there was like chest high water. I'm just glad I was on the second floor during that time. So, but I couldn't get out because the first floor was flooded. So we were stuck. The good thing was flooding here seems like it doesn't stay. Like it'll flood in less than 24 hours, the flood is gone. And it's always like that. It's not like those areas where you see on other YouTube videos or on the news where it could flood for days or weeks. There's water that's not going anywhere. But in Calibo, the flood, whenever it happens, in less than 24 hours, it's gone. And I remember during when we were Dazel and I were going to school, that's why I picked that apartment in Calibo. Was we're walking distance to STI College Calibo,
Yeah.
and there were many times when we get caught in the rain and it would flood on the road.
Yeah.
Not deep flood, but ankle water.
Yeah,
So
but you know,
so our
uncle,
shoes are always getting wet.
for you, uncle.
Yeah, yeah.
For me, on my knees.
On your knees,
Knee.
on your
Knee.
knee. No. It's deeper for you, babe. It's deeper.
And also Tinigaw area, I think it gets flooded.
Tinigao?
Yeah, Tinigaw.
Where is that? I don't know where Tinigao is.
Tinigaw in Calibo. It's close to the Garcia College.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was
The place where we took the land.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know that was Tinigao. Thanks, babe. Thanks, babe.
Only one side.
And then next one, MMA. Do they have townhouses in Calibo? Townhouses. I'm sure there's got to be townhouses there, but I'll look around. Next time I'll start paying more attention because here at Camellia Aklan we have townhouses here. That's common here. There's a whole street of them here. At least like I would say 60 homes are townhomes here at Camellia Aklan. Yeah, I'm sure I could find like a townhouse in Calibo.
Townhouse?
Yeah, townhouse, babe, is kind of like where Atigia and them live here. They're attached to people, two-story, two-story. Yeah. But I haven't, most of the things I've noticed, because most people, when they ask me for apartments is what they ask. That's why I pay attention to apartments in Calibo. You're actually the first one that asked me about townhouse.
Are like remember like the bread and butter?
Bread. Yeah.
Bread and
But
butter
see, that's in
Numancia.
Numancia. Yeah, that's in Numancia. Dazel just mentioned there's another subdivision here along the Numancia Highway, and it's headed to Calibo, so it's not yet Calibo, and that has townhouses. But I'll have to check. I'll have to, I'll report on future live streams.
Report
I always,
Gino.
I always read these after I do the live stream. I always go through the messages, make sure I didn't miss anything because sometimes I do because they go pretty fast here. That's why sometimes I need Dazzle
And
here
it's
because
so tiny.
it's so tiny. It's like that's why sometimes you notice like I lean to the screen because I can't read it. Maybe it's
And
my
Gino's assistant also is like
sleepy.
sleepy, and then I don't have the glasses.
My
And then
assistant.
I have the glasses.
My
though.
assistant is sleepy, man. So hey, we do our best. Trust me, we do our best. We try to we try to pay attention to our subscribers. Y'all are important to us. It's like that's why we make an effort. Last thing I want to do is like on our videos is I always want to spread the positivity. Last thing I want to do is like not make a good day for you because you watched us. That's why that's all that Dazzle and I try. Just try to be positive and then just try to be watching Dazel TV to be like a good experience.
The assistant should be fired.
The assistant, no, you won't get fired, babe. You won't get fired. HD, not working in the PI. So what was your motivation to start taking classes at Calibo? Oh, all right. My motivation just to start classes, my GI bill at the time, HD, was gonna expire. So for me, it was kind of like and then once it expires, it's no longer a benefit. And to me, that would be like a waste. And another motivation was I attended online classes when I was in the military. I got my associate's degree. I had my 2-year degree. but I never got to experience that college life where I, going to the classroom, it's like having projects with classmates. I never experienced that because I joined the military when I was 17 years old. So it was kind of like a missing piece for me. I always kind of like, man, I see people going to college, you see it's like a fun time for them. They live in the dorms, they got parties, they got. So I was thinking, it's like I knew I was 45 at the time, but I was like, you know, I said, why not? It'd be something that kind of completes my life. At least I can say, hey, I attended college for 4 years and I earned a bachelor's degree. And I'm glad I did because that's where I met Dazzle for one. And just the experience was an awesome experience for me because I got to sit in classrooms, our computer lab, we have professors, we studied history, we had art, we had, just the whole college experience was great for me. We had acquaintance parties, it's like intramurals. I played basketball intramurals. It was just an awesome experience for me. It's like, looking back, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did it. And then I got paid. It's like when I was going to school, the military was paying me about $1,500 a month for my housing allowance. So I was getting $1,500 a month for 9 months out of the year, and that's a lot of money here in the Philippines. I didn't have to touch my pension while I was going to school here, so I was able to build a nice nest egg.
Oh, that's why you were able to buy me buku.
But yeah, I could afford buko for Dazel during that time. I could afford buko. Did you see Dazel going to the school campus and said to yourself, that would be a good opportunity to meet her? Oh, actually, Dazzle and I, we were classmates from day one. It's like that's where I met Dazzle. Here in the Philippines, like I guess because STI College Calibo, it's a small college. It's not a big college. So like the first year, there's only two groups of we were all taking bachelors of science in information technology, and there was two groups, A and B, right?
A and B.
We were on group A, and I would say maybe 40 students. 40.
I think so.
Our class.
Yeah. Mhm.
Our class was like 40 students, and Dazzle and I were one of the 40, and then another 40 on group B.
But I was not supposed to be in group
Yeah,
A.
yeah. Dazzle actually wasn't even supposed to be in group A. She was supposed to be in group B.
Because I have a different
So we were
course.
classmates from the very beginning. And then from the very beginning, we became friends. A lot of the friendship we started because at the time, I had an apartment in Boracay. So I would go to school Monday to Friday in Calibo. And then on the weekend, I would go to Boracay to enjoy the weekend. And Dazzle, she lived in Katiklan. She was living in a boarding house in Calibo.
Mm-mm.
And on the weekend, she would go home to Katiklan to her parents' house. So we would always catch the van,
Mm-mm.
so we're always on the van together. So, that's started with a friendship in the beginning. And then we were classmates for 4 years. So we really got to know each other for 4 years. And when I say classmates here in the Philippines, we sat side by side on all our classes. All our classes for the 4 years, Dazzle and I sat together. So that's why I really got to know her and everything.
The only time we have to like get out of the classroom is when we have to like go to the computer lab.
The computer lab.
Yeah.
And did we get separated at computer lab?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
I think first year, yes.
First year, we then sat on the computer lab together.
Yeah.
I don't remember, babe. You got to realize, babe, that's 12 years ago. That's what always gives me a hard time that I don't remember things. And I'm like, babe, that's like 12 years ago. How do you expect me to remember that? I can't even remember what I ate yesterday sometimes.
Mhm.
And then Horace, my friends at work are asking if the Philippines is a good base of operation if they want to travel throughout Southeast Asia, and what are the advantages? All right, Horace, I got to think about that. All right. As far as a base of operations, um, it would be But see, the thing is, to me, you would want to be like in an airport that flies a lot through Southeast Asia. In Manila Airport, I just read an article regarding Manila Airport. It was one of the worst airports in the world. It got voted. So I wouldn't recommend, I wouldn't recommend Manila as a good base of operation. I know there's a lot of people that live outside of Manila, and so they can catch flights in Manila, because Manila offers you flights from everywhere. From Manila, you can pretty much fly anywhere in Southeast Asia. But I know, like in Iloilo City, beautiful airport, never crowded. That's why. And I know they're starting to have more flights out of Iloilo City. But again, it won't be like there. A lot of times you'll still have to fly to like Cebu or Manila to go to certain location in Southeast Asia. The most ideal place to fly out would be Manila, but unfortunately, it's like not a good airport. It's just like congestion. I mean, there's always something bad about what they're reporting about Manila Airport. You never see anything good news coming out of Manila Airport. So um, I think if your friends are looking for a good base of operation, uh, Thailand would probably be better. Just because I know in Thailand and Bangkok, a lot more flights, available to go in Southeast Asia. And a lot of times what I've noticed is Thailand housing compared to like the housing you can get in the Philippines, a lot of times is cheaper, and nicer, So not that I'm dissing the Philippines, I love the Philippines. This is my country now. But I have to be honest, I have to be honest. Because I have friend, like Jack, he's in Thailand, and I just see he's having a great life in Thailand. He's getting to ride motorcycles. He's living in nice Airbnbs in Thailand, you know, eh,
Healthier food.
healthier food. Philippines, Philippines is not big on salad. In Thailand, you're eating all that green papaya salad, and I love that, man. It's like when I'm in Thailand, I can't get enough of the green papaya salad. It's just that's the thing. It's like so if I was like an expat coming, I mean, it would be a toss up still. The Philippines, because in Thailand the thing would be the language barrier. Here in the Philippines you won't have that. Most Filipinos have an understanding of English. That's the one thing. I mean, there's pros and cons on everywhere you would go, but the two places, if I had to recommend to anyone, would be Philippines or Thailand. As a base of operation here in Southeast Asia. Danny Choi, does Philippine have investment app like Robinhood? Um, I'm sure you could. I mean, no, the apps are they're online, so I'm sure you could do Robinhood, E-Trade. I'm sure you could do it here because it's online. You might have to open your account in the U.S., but there's no app that I don't think that are
Yeah.
restricted here.
No.
No, and I think you can act. If you have a Robinhood account in the U.S., I'm sure you can access this there. Goku, he says present. All right, Goku, present. And all right, Horace. Hey, Dazzle. Marie asks, did our noise wake you? No, like I said, Horace, she was awake earlier. I don't know if she went back to sleep. I've been busy here in the morning. I stay busy, so I hadn't gone upstairs to like wake her or anything. I always let them sleep.
It just happened that when we started like watch the baseball game, I think it's it's like my body and mind.
Oh, Dazzle said because when we got into the baseball,
I
because
always wake up
early,
early.
yeah, because the baseball games were coming on like at 8, yeah, 8 a.m. So
a.m. So
Dazzle got used to
7:30.
during the baseball playoffs, she was waking up at 8 to watch the baseball games.
But guys, I am sleepy.
I know, I can tell you're sleepy. I
But
can
I
tell.
can go back to sleep.
You can't, yeah, I'm making too much noise, babe. Like Horace said, we're making too much noise. Uh,
Liana, I went to her bedroom.
uh-huh.
And she was like Sleeping Beauty
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I don't expect Leanna to wake up here unless you tell her we're going to eat.
To eat,
Then she'll
yeah.
wake up. I'm sure.
Or
With,
DIY.
or DIY. Oh, she already went to Mr. DIY
Yesterday.
yesterday. I gave her the Chloe Sitter money yesterday, Horace. And Leanna, I took her to Mr. DIY. That's her favorite store. Dazzle went ukay shopping, and Leanna, I was her escort at the Mr. DIY. She likes buying there because she can get a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff are like 50 pesos, a dollar. It's almost like the 99-cent store. Yeah. So she had a whole basket
and
again.
when I get home, she was like showing it to
Yeah,
me,
yeah. She's
all
like,
her stuff.
all her stuff, all her
Ate,
stuff.
I even bought a keychain for my
Yeah.
backpack.
She bought a keychain for the backpack.
Another tumbler.
Another tumbler. She likes those tumblers to put water. And I know she bought school supplies.
Yeah,
I was
school
happy to see that
supplies.
she bought some paper and pens, and so. And the pens she bought are kind of cool because they got like the fuzzy thing on top. I mean, they're like unique looking pens. Unique looking pens.
It's a girly pen.
Yeah, it's a girly pen. Definitely like a girly
Yeah,
pen.
it's a girly.
Good morning. Do you and Dazzle plan to have a child of your own? No plans to have our child. I'm 58 years old, man. I just recovering from cancer. You know, that's the last thing. Right now, we have Leanna. We have our hands full with Leanna. So we're good. We're good. What's your name, sir? My name is Gino. Hey, what's up, Will? Rabbit Farmer. That's my friend Will from Virginia. Hey, brother. What's up? Yeah. Dazzle was showing me a comment you made, man, and it wasn't showing on our Dazzle TV page.
Yeah,
That's why I
it
couldn't.
happens a lot of times.
Yeah.
It wasn't showing on your
On my list.
channel.
Yeah.
On your
See, on our channel list, on the Dazzle TV, there's a comment section where I can click and it lists down all the comments on the video, and that way I can answer. And usually once I answer it, it disappears on the list. But lately I've noticed there's been comments that don't show up there. But Dazzle tells me I have a comment because
I can see it on my.
she has an account. She has her own personal account, YouTube account. And when she goes, like, she'll tell me, babe, you haven't answered this. And I'm sure it's a glitch with YouTube. And I've sent a help desk request telling them that. I took a picture of that comment and I said, hey, this is not showing up. But I haven't gotten a reply from YouTube. But I did put like a ticket. That way, that way they'll do something about it, man. Because that's not cool. Because I don't want people thinking, man, I've just ignored them. That's like the last thing I wanted to do, man.
A ticket.
Yeah. Sergeant USA, hey, my buddy there from Jacksonville, Florida. Hey, Daniel, what's up? Daniel? Hello, Dazzle family. There are apps that will tell you your elevation or where you're standing. The higher is nice. I mean, I know Daniel. They got an app for everything now. It's like I know. I mean, the apps are like amazing because you can pretty much do anything with the apps. Kevin Michael. Hi, Gino. Kevin from Scotland. All right, Scotland, man. Just wondering, do you or Dazzle Gcash? Yes. Man, Gcash is like awesome here in the Philippines. Yeah. It's like I mean, we pay our bills. Sometimes, I mean, I can eat at McDonald's or Jollibee and pay with Gcash. Even the Sari stores will take Gcash now. It's like universally used here, and I recommend it to people. That way you're not carrying so much cash.
Plus, if you don't want your bank account to link to your Gcash, I think there's like a Gcash cash in, cash out stores that you can use.
Oh, okay.
Because I went yesterday and this guy just load this Gcash for like 5,000 pesos.
All right. Dazzle, what you're saying. What's nice about Gcash too, you can have a Gcash account and not link it to your bank account. All you need to do here in the Philippines, what they call it is like a Gcash, cash in, cash out. So you just go to that cash in, cash out, give your money, and they'll load your Gcash.
Yeah.
And actually, me, I used to have a Philippine National Bank account, a credit card. I got rid of the card because I don't even trust credit cards anymore because now I can do pretty much anything on the Gcash.
Yeah.
So I rather use Gcash because at least with Gcash, I load my Gcash. It's kind of like a prepaid card. It's like I'll load it every time I have like 5,000 pesos on my Gcash. And I just use that to pay stuff. I can pay hotels, I can pay airline reservations. And then if something happens to the Gcash, at least it's only like $5,000. It's not like a credit card where they can charge up like $2,000 on the credit card. So I don't even have a Filipino credit card anymore just because of that. I prefer using a Gcash. I think it's safer.
Yeah, 5,000 pesos.
5,000 pesos prepaid on your Gcash. Alan, do you guys ever go to New Washington? And oh yeah, I mean like the oysters in New Washington. We're there at least once a month.
Yeah. Sometimes more.
Sometimes more because especially when people want to meet us for the first time, a lot of times we take them to New Washington for seafood. Because it's always a hit. It's always a hit for people. It's like we've never taken anybody to the oyster and seafood and they say this place is not good. All the people we've taken there, it's like they want to go back. They love New Washington oysters, and I do too, man. That the oysters Rockefeller, the fresh oyster with the cheese and bake it with the garlic.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's like my favorite.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, Dazel. She doesn't like Dazel. She doesn't like the oysters Rockefeller. She just likes it steamed.
Man, I almost got traumatized eating oyster.
You almost got traumatized. I'm sorry, babe. I won't let you try the oysters Rockefeller anymore. Goku, thanks to Trump. Forever GI Bill, no expiration if you retired. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't. That's a good thing that the GI Bill no longer expired because I retired in 2004. I've actually been retired from the military now for over 20 years. I've been collecting a pension from the United States Air Force for 20 years. But when I retired, there was an expiration. I think mine expired 2019. So that's why in 2012 I would get this notices from the VA telling me expiration date is here, and then it just worked out. During that time, I've been retired in the Philippines for about 18 months. Boracay, I was having fun in Boracay, but it was like I was in that time where like starting to run out of things to do, and so that's why I decided to go back to school. Jaylene, hello, Gino, Dazzle, Liana, and Toto. Hey, what's up? Hey, you forgot Chloe, man. that's all.
Chloe's sleeping.
That's all right. Chloe's sleeping. All right. That's all right. That's all right.
And Tutoy too.
Rabid farmer. I cannot wait to eat there soon. Oh man. If you come here to Aklan, man, I know you're gonna love the New Washington oysters because I haven't eaten any. I wasn't a big oyster person before I came here to Aklan. Even when I was in the U.S., I'll eat them once in a while, but I wasn't a big fan. But the New Washington oysters are just so good that now I'm hooked. Now every time I go there, I have to have a plate of like oysters Rockefeller. One of my favorite things to eat now.
My God, now I'm craving for mussels.
Mussels. You want mussels? Yeah, we can buy mussels later. That's easy enough. There's always mussels available here.
It's tahong.
Tahong. Yeah, there's always mussels available, babe. We can go to the market later and buy some.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let me see. I don't want to miss the comments here. I got I'll take my time. There we go. There we go. I see it. I see it. I saw OB. Hey, Olson. OB Adventures. That's my friend Olson. Hi, Kuya and Dazzle. The daylight saving time threw me off. My wife, Aliyah, says, hey, all right. Hello, Aliyah. All right. Hey, at least you're on. You're on, man. We won't rush this. We'll take our time with this. That's why before I kind of get pressured with all the comments, but now Dazzle told me just take my time, and I am. I'm taking my time. It's like that way. I'm gonna finish it. Whatever comments here, we're not gonna close the live stream until everything made a comment. On everybody here. I don't want to like diss anybody. I don't want to, you know. And Horace, were the classes in English? Yes, Horace. All our classes were in English, and most colleges here in the Philippines, if you attend college, most subjects will be in English. It's almost like you're expected to be well versed in English by the time you hit college or university. It's like, and they make that like with Dazzle when we went to college, we had a lot of reporting to do, speeches to do, where Dazzle has to go in front of the class and report in English. That's why a lot of times, it's like I get this from people. I get a question from people. They say, it's like, the Philippines were probably the number one producer of nurses in the world. It's like anywhere you go in the world, there's like nurses, and they're saying it's like, what type of education, or is the education for nurses here in the Philippines, is it good, compared to the US? And being medical background, I was in the US, I worked hospitals all my life. I knew nurses. And when I see it, it's like, I don't really think you're at a disadvantage if you go to school here in the Philippines, or whether you go to school in America. If anything, I think it's an advantage to go to nursing school here in the Philippines, because you won't have the big student loan debt. Like, I know when it's time for Leanna to attend college here, we plan on sending her to in Calibo, a nursing school in Calibo. Her tuition for the whole year, right now, it costs about a year tuition for nursing in Calibo is just a little over $2,000. And in the United States, there's no way you can find a college for $2,000 for the whole year to study nursing. And to me, nursing is nursing. You're studying the same books, and a lot of times nursing is hands-on, And then the Philippines, just in my opinion, just has a good instruction base for nursing, because it's what the Philippines is proud of. The colleges here, the nursing colleges here, it's a big deal for them to like be listed in like the top 10 nursing colleges in the Philippines. That's like, when their nurses take that board exam, they want their nurses to do well, because it's an advertisement for them. It's like, hey, we have a student that was in the top 10. It's like,
especially like the Western Visayas.
yeah,
Iloilo.
and Western Visayas, like in Iloilo, one of the top nursing school, one of the top doctor school here in the Philippines, because every year they're like in the top 10.
Yeah.
There's not every time there's a top 10 list, they're always on the list.
Yeah.
So the education is top notch. It's a good education.
Liana, our future nurse.
Classmates, you and Dazzle, if I may, how long before you started sharing lunch? LOL. We were
We were
probably,
actually sharing lunch.
yeah,
We were
first
celebrating.
semester. Yeah. First semester, we were already going to lunch together
At Carinderia.
at Carinderia. Pandots.
Pandots. Yeah,
Uh,
Carinderia.
there used to be a Carinderia near our school. Its name was Pandots. And our classmates, we all go to lunch there. And that's where we would eat lunch all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's another area, there's a list of Carinderia where they have like the barbecue stuff. And we would eat there too.
Yeah.
We would eat there too. And there's
With
more now.
Pandots, always akong libre dun.
Yeah. Dazzle said I always treated her to lunch.
Yeah,
I always paid for her lunch.
yeah.
HD, just a shout out to the vets watching. Get your free meal. Hey, I know Veterans Day. Forgot to mention, Veterans Day, November 11th is Veterans Day in the United States. We don't get much Veterans Day celebration here, but I know like the people in Angeles City, they have a VFW there. And my friend Dio, he's in Cavite. They have a group there of military veterans. I know they have planned events. They'll have like cookouts. I know over at Angeles, they always visit like the Clark Cemetery. That's a good place for my veteran friends. If you're ever in like Angeles City, they have a Clark Cemetery, and there's a lot of Americans buried there. A lot of veterans that are buried in Clark, and it's a nice place. A nice. They maintain it. The VFW in Angeles City, they do a good job maintaining that area. Spend money. I mean, there's a display there. There's like a flagpole. I mean, just a nice place to visit. Pay your respect to like our fallen veterans, and then good pictures. I like taking pictures there because the displays that they have there is really nice. But I know that's a big event for vets in the U.S. because there's a lot of freebies. There's a lot of. We don't have that here. I can't think of a place here in the Philippines that would give us any freebies during Veterans Day. Yeah, I mean that's. I remember all those places. I think I always, when I was in the U.S., I always like going to the Denny's for their free breakfast. That's one of the things I visit was the Denny's because I know it's always packed. There's always a lot of veterans. There's all the places that free offer the free specials. There's always a lot of people. Sergeant USA, my friend Daniel, I plan will do lots of Asian traveling once I get settled in the Philippines. Vietnam is awesome, cheap. Korea, Japan. Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like, and I did that, Daniel. But when I first landed here in 2011, I did my Southeast Asian tour. Hong Kong, Thailand, Malaysia, Borneo. I did all that, and it's fun. It's fun because it's not expensive coming from the Philippines. You can get decent flights for $200. You can get a decent flight to another round trip. Round trip. Yeah, can you imagine that? Even now, $200, $300 round trip to like another country. It's like not expensive at all. Jamal, babe, Jamal. Yo, I'm sorry I'm late. How's my LA Crip doing?
We'll
Jamal,
see you, Jamal.
he's still giving you a hard time with your LA Crip outfit, your profile picture on Facebook.
Yeah, yeah.
My friend Dave, actually from Hawaii, got her that jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend David in Hawaii actually bought her that jacket. Glenn, how is the airport in Calibo for compared to the Iloilo airport? All right, I can answer that, Glenn. There's just more flights now, I think, as far as like international flights, Glenn, from Iloilo. Iloilo really, man, it's becoming a hub. Every time I turn the news or on my Facebook, it's like they're adding more domestic flights out of Iloilo City, more international flights. I know they can fly direct to Singapore now from Iloilo City. We used to have that in Calibo. We used to have a direct flight from Calibo to Singapore on Scoot Airlines, but the pandemic kind of removed that flight and it hasn't come back. We're hoping a lot more flights, a lot more international flights come back to Calibo. Right now, about the only international flights that I see coming into Calibo are from China, from Korea, and I think even the Taiwan flight moved over to Katiklan. It used to land in Calibo. There's just not many flights coming in and out of Calibo anymore. like a lot of your domestic flights are coming into Katiklan. So, but it changes. It's like seems like it changes month to month here. But definitely a lot more flights out of Iloilo, which is still not bad. From here, like Dazel and I were talking about going to Singapore next year. It's a 4 hour bus ride for us to go from Calibo to Iloilo. So we'll just take a bus, or if I can find a parking for my car in Iloilo for the time while we're in Singapore. So it's not like it's hard to do. Get on a bus 4 hours, get to Iloilo, and fly out. I don't think it's not that big of a hassle. Jamal, I'm talking about these. Jamal, I know I know about it's her that you're giving a hard time, man. I have nothing to do with LA trip, man. Jamal.
It's those.
Yeah, yeah. And we'll keep messaging Jamal, so we can iron out our trip to Rojas City and then Gigantes Island, because we haven't been to Gigantes Island either, Jamal. So that will be a good trip to make. And since it's Roa City, since we're planning on going with you to Roa City, Gigantes Island is carless. Is only like about an hour away. So we're not very far from Roa City. So we can kill two places. You can head out to Roa City, and there's places we haven't seen in Roa City, during that time, Jamal. So I kind of wanted to check out that ruins. Do you want to check that out, babe? Rojas City ruins. They have a ruins there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. Good. Good. So wanted to check out that ruins. It's like
I'm not sure about Liana though. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the ruins. Yeah, we're not sure yet if we're bringing Leanna or not during
I
that
think she
trip.
doesn't like walking, and
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no,
saw
I know
the
for sure.
video that you have
A
to
lot of
like.
walking. A lot of the ruins is a lot of hiking and walking. I don't think that's for Leanna.
Yeah, she'll be like, "Hi, nako kuya, it's so hot.
It's too hot.
I'm sweating."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Goku, no more 99-cent store here in the US. Oh, I didn't know that. Thanks, Goku. I didn't know. I didn't know that they don't have a 99-cent store anymore. Did you sell your other house you guys showed? I know the other house is still here. The other house is still here, Jalen. If you're interested, let me know. Are you planning to take Dazzle and Leanna to trips to Thailand and Cambodia? Leanna, we don't have a passport for Leanna for one, so that'd be a step. And then it's tricky for us to travel with Leanna because Dazzle and I aren't her parents. Dazzle and Leanna are sisters. So I don't, how it is when you exit the Philippines. They have so many rules, so we have to check on that.
Yeah.
So not a big thing for us to take Leanna to another country just because. For one, I don't think she'd enjoy it anyway.
I think just here in the Philippines.
Yeah, in the here, and Leanna hasn't even flown yet. We are planning on taking her to Cebu because when we visit our friend Robbie and Jonalyn, we're going to Moal Boal in Cebu to visit our good friend Robbie from Rhode Island and Jonalyn. So we want to take Leanna to that for sure. That will be Leanna's first flight. Would be Calibo to Cebu.
I just want to share, babe, that Leanna always giving me a hard time because I am afraid of heights.
Yeah.
So when we rode the little Ferris wheel,
Uh,
she would laugh at me.
oh yeah. Dazzle's always afraid of heights. So now Leanna's giving Dazzle a hard time because they rode that Ferris wheel in Boracay, and it's not even a tall Ferris wheel. It's like a kiddie Ferris wheel, but Dazzle was scared.
Yeah, was giving me a hard
So
time.
Leanna's always giving her a hard time
And
because
she was like, she said to me like, Ate, I wanted try to like get on the plane.
Uh-huh.
I was like, you're not afraid of the heights, right? And she was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
She's good with like
You're not.
playing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, your sisters, babe. Dazzle and Leanna, they're sisters, so they're always giving each other a hard time. I think that's what sisters do. I know that's what brothers do. And then Jalen. If so, was it to a subscriber? Um,
Is it?
Jalen asking if it's a no, it's not a subscriber. We own that house. The house is under my name. Goku, advance happy Veterans Day. Hey, advance happy Veterans Day, my friend. Most of the dollar stores are now out of business. Wow, in the US. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Daniel. I didn't know that a lot of the dollar stores are out. Dollar Tree, it's are closed or closing. Ooh, I didn't know that. Sorry to hear that, because I used to shop at those stores and you used to get good deals at those 99-cent stores and things like that. My GI Bill was only good for 5 years, retired in the early 2000s. Yeah, I guess now there's no expiration now. That one of the comments said there's no expiration now on the GI Bill. When you do a live stream, do you pay more on data or no, our when we do our live stream, we hook up to our internet at the house. It's through Calibo cable. We have like fiber optics. Our Calibo cable, we pay like 1,400 a month for internet. So about $25. About $25 is our internet, and we don't even have cable TV. We used to have cable TV, but we removed it because like for us, everything's online now.
Yeah.
Our entertainment is Netflix.
We only had the cable TV because we would love to like watch the NBA,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
baseball games,
Yeah.
and the football games.
Yeah, because we watched sports before, so we had cable TV. They used to offer sports package
Yeah.
on cable TV, and
HD.
then they took it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's why we
that's
took
why.
out.
Yeah, when they took out the sports package on the cable TV, I said, no, it's not worth it. That's the only thing we watched in there. Now, most of the time we watch sports on Facebook or on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, those are the two play. I mean, you can pretty much watch most sports here on Facebook or YouTube for free. You don't even have to sign up for it.
Basketball, guys.
Yeah, especially basketball because Filipinos are big on
It's
basketball.
always, like, on
So if
Facebook.
you're a fan of basketball, you don't even have to pay for anything here. You just go to Facebook and you can watch a live NBA games. And then Alan, message retracted. All right. Goku, in US college tuition fee, I'm paying 11,000 for a whole year. I know, right? Goku, that's what I'm saying. That's why even now, I'm setting aside money, for Leanna. We tried to open a bank account. What was that last week? And we need her birth certificate that has the PSA stamp. But I've been putting away money for Leanna. I keep it here, and then I wanted to start a college fund for her. So that's why we wanted to have her own account. But we should be able to open the account soon. Once we got that, we have to order a birth certificate with that census stamp.
Yeah.
Like the PSA. Yeah, because her birth certificate doesn't have that. We can order that online. So yeah, we'll order that online so we can get her own account. Leanna said she wants an ATM account. I told her no. You just because she wants the card. She wants to have an ATM. I told her no. We're gonna get her like a passbook, the passbook account. That way, it just records like how much she has the money.
She likes the ATM.
Yeah, she wants to have an ATM. I told her no, it's not gonna be an ATM.
It's funny. But she's a good girl, though.
Yeah, she is. I mean, Leanna's a good girl. Jalen, Dazzle? I plan on taking Dazzle to more trips in Southeast Asia. We've been to Singapore, but Dazzle really liked Singapore, and I keep telling Dazzle, because I kind of know, what Dazzle likes. So I maybe I made a mistake by taking her to Singapore, because Singapore to me in Southeast Asia is probably the best for tourists. I mean, it's just a nice place. You know, it's so clean. Uh, you know, our subway pass that we got for the
Yeah.
days we were there, it was unlimited travel on the
Yeah.
subway in Singapore for like $25. You know, you just don't get that when you go to, like, let's say you go to Bangkok or you go to Vietnam. It's hard to get around in those areas, you know, because of the language barrier and just the congestion. You know, Singapore to me is just so modern, you know, reminds me of Tokyo. You know, it's easy to get in and out of the subways. And I told Dazzle, you know, I kind of spoiled her by taking her to Singapore first, because I know if I take her to Bangkok now, she'll be disappointed. Because I know most Filipinos, when they first go to Bangkok, they say, this is just like Manila. You know, that's like the common comment from Filipinos when they go to Thailand. But you can't say that when you go to Singapore. Uh,
Mm.
Dazzle's comment actually when we went to Singapore, it's like she felt like she was transported to another world. You know, it's like when we landed back in Calibo, she even told me, it's like
Wow.
now I see the difference between living in like a developing country compared to living in a first
Yeah.
rate country like a
And
Western
yeah, and
country.
since I am so afraid of like flying,
Yeah,
I wanted to be like um they what they call this, like what the rest they
worth the
yeah.
risk. Yeah, yeah. Dazzle said because she's so afraid of flying, she wants it to be worth the risk of going to another country. You know, to get on the plane. She said
And I really
it
love
has to be worth. Yeah,
Singapore.
yeah. And she really loved Singapore. And then we didn't even hit most of the places. Like we didn't go to
Yeah.
Universal Studios in Singapore.
Uh-uh.
And then when we went there, I took Dazzle to the base, the military base,
Mm-hmm.
Sembawang Naval Station.
Mm-hmm.
And she got to see the BX. She got to see the commissary. We went shopping. We filled up a whole suitcase. We
Mm-hmm.
went there with our backpack and we bought a suitcase at the BX because we were buying so much stuff at the BX and commissary. I just told Dazzle, let's just buy a suitcase and fill it up. And we did that. But we didn't get to stay at the naval base because they have billeting. So we could actually stay at the billeting at the naval
Mm-hmm.
base, Sembawang Naval Base in
Yeah.
Singapore. So we plan on doing that, when we go back to Singapore. There's just place that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
We went a little bit to like the Little India. There's a Little India section of Singapore,
Mhm.
but we didn't get to explore that.
Yeah.
We stayed at Chinatown, and that's
Mhm.
what we explored a lot when we were in Singapore was Chinatown. But next time we'll explore Little India
I
more.
just like it. It's so clean.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's what even says. It's so clean.
Mhm.
Singapore's so clean. She
And
really enjoyed it.
it's easy to ask questions to them because they can understand us.
Yeah, yeah. It
They
was
speak
easy. Yeah,
English.
anywhere you go. I mean, people were speaking
Mhm.
English.
I
So
know you love the bike thing that you load it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like Dazzle was telling. It's like when we were in Singapore, they have these bicycles where you just drop money on the bicycles and you can get them,
Yeah.
and then you can ride them, and then just
Until you run
deposit.
out.
Yeah, until you run out and deposit the bike somewhere else.
Mhm.
Yeah, those are really nice. That's why I said, we love Singapore, so I know we'll go back there in 2025. Now that I feel good now I know I can travel now. It's not this year. I was, this past year I was still kind of like, I was still getting tired. That's why now, it's like I'm able to run 5 kilometers again, 3 miles. Not fast. It's like more like a jog run, but I'm feeling good. I'm adding weight. And I know most people tell me, they notice I've added more weight. I'm up to 145 now, so it's like that's a good weight for me. I'm eating. I have a good appetite now, so I know, come next year, I can travel more next year. And I miss it. I miss because the last 2 years we haven't really traveled much. We've
Mm-mm.
gone to Boracay, but we haven't really been able. Last year was like the whole year of treatments for me, and then this year was a whole year of recovery. So next year is gonna feel good. just to be able to like island hop again, go to Cebu, go to, it's like it's gonna be a good feeling for me because really I know I'm gonna really feel like I'm recovered. You
I'll
know.
swim with the sardines, babe.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
wall
yeah. And womp
wall.
womp. Hey, Glenn is gonna do that, babe. Glenn and Rose.
Ah,
I think
nice.
their trip to Womp Wall is in about a week.
I
Glenn and
mean,
Rose, they like scuba diving, so they're gonna swim with the millions of sardines and swim with the whale shark.
well,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So he'll let us know how that felt.
All
I'm sure he'll
right.
let us
All
know.
right.
Cambodia, Jalen. Yeah. Again, Jaylene, I know Dazzle, she just loves Singapore so much, so we'll hit Singapore. Uh, the other countries, I've traveled it, so I have an idea, and I just know what Dazzle likes. I know. There's countries in Asia that she's not going to enjoy as much as she enjoyed Singapore. Good to hear that classes are so cheap in the Philippines. My daughter is 35 and she's still paying off her nursing. Right, Horace? That's what I was saying, I think I did a video on that regarding education in the Philippines. That's why, Horace, there's a lot of people actually coming from other countries. They come here to the Philippines. I know a lot of people from India come to the Philippines to study nursing and also to study to become a doctor. Even students from Africa are coming here to the Philippines. It's a big industry here in the Philippines now, in like Manila. A lot of our medical, not just nurses, not just doctors, lab technicians, radiology technicians. A lot of people, foreigners, are coming to the Philippines to study because the Philippines has a good reputation of like the education as far as the medical. So and then like I said, even with Leanna, $2,000 a year. So I'm looking at maybe $8,000 for the 4 years of nursing school. It's doable for us. We will be able to send her to nursing school, and she won't be burdened with any student loan debt once she graduates. And that's, to me, that's like huge. To like be able to say you finished nursing school and you're not in debt. Or other close countries. Yeah, I know, Jalen. I know. After Singapore, I want to take Dazzle to Korea and Japan, just because though I was stationed at two of those places. I lived in Japan for 4 years. I lived in Korea for 1 year, and there's places in those two countries that I want to take Dazzle. And the one in Japan, I still have friends that live there that I was stationed with when I lived in Japan. And I know they wanted to see me, see Dazzle. So I know those probably would be the countries we would visit first: Singapore, Korea, and Japan, just because I have connections in Korea and Japan. Like I know Dazzle and I, we were just watching videos on Songtan City. It's the city right outside Osan Air Base in Korea, and I used to hang out at those areas. And I was showing Dazzle on the video. I'd like to take her there. I'd like for her to like experience like Songtan City and Itaewon in Seoul. I wanted that, and then in Japan, it's like I wanted to take her to the new Sano Hotel in Tokyo. I wanted her to experience the bullet train. I wanted to ride from Tokyo to up north, go to Amori, on the bullet train, so Dazzle can experience that. And since I've done it, it's easier than like if we go to like Vietnam or Cambodia. It's just easier. I just think the more modern countries, Singapore, Korea, and Japan are just easier to travel in Southeast Asia. The ones that are Cambodia, Vietnam, uh, it's more for like the really experienced traveler. It's really, because it's hard because they don't communicate in English, and then they don't have the the fancy subways, the bullet trains, things like that. So I want Dazzle to experience the good stuff, the good places in Southeast Asia. Horace, okay, I already did that. Okay, good, good, good. Ray, my vet friends and I like going to Texas Roadhouse, Applebee's, Golden Corral. Oh yeah, man. It's like I've been to those places. Golden Corral, man. I love the buffets at Golden Corral. I like how they have a unlimited steak. Back when I could eat, like I used to eat a lot of steak. Now here, I rarely eat steak now, man. All right, I have to be careful to just skip because when oh, right there, right there. Okay, I see it. I see it. All right, Sergeant USA, Daniel. Hey, what's up, Daniel? Love to see y'all go back to the Beaver. Oh yeah, we're going back. Jamal. That's like where he wants to go back. He wants to go back to the Canadian Beaver. Daniel, Jamal. I think I'm flying to Katiklan, then catch a ride with y'all to Rojas. 15 going to Cebu, then hop to cutting line, I think. All right, all right. I mean, however you want to do it, Jamal. Maybe message me and run by your itinerary. That way, I can suggest maybe a better option because I do know from Katiklan, it's a lot easier to fly to Cebu now from Katiklan. But there's also flights out of Rojas City. I know they have an airport in Rojas City too. But message me, Jamal, so we can make sure that it's that your route is good. There's Expat Ray Brian. Did you see the advertisement for cruise ships beginning to dock in Boracay? Hey, Brian. Actually, Brian, the cruise ships have been docking in Boracay for years now. I think last year even there were 20 cruise ships that docked in Boracay. They're actually building like I know where they can park in Katiklan for the cruise ships because what they do when the cruise ships, international cruise ships like Norwegian style cruise ships, when they come to Boracay, they just drop their anchor like in deeper water, and then they take their little boats and they take the passengers to Boracay Island. But I know they're trying to have more like where the cruise ship can actually park, side, dock in the near land. So they're working on that. But that's always been they get many cruise ships to Boracay. At least I would say on average two a month. More, of course, during like January to June because of the weather. Because this time of year with the typhoons coming in, less cruise ships dock in. But usually January to June is a big month for cruise ships stopping in Boracay. Gonna have just one beer. I think Jamal. I think Dazzle's one beer is no longer. I think she don't want to drink one beer anymore. No more beer for Dazzle, Jamal.
I'm sticking with the orange juice drink.
Orange juice. She said orange juice from now on for Dazzle. At Dollar Tree, everything is $1.25, but didn't change name. Okay, all right, I get it. I get it, Orion. I get it. It's not a dollar. It's $1.25, but they didn't change the name. I get it. I get it. Horace, don't worry, Des. Marie is also scared of heights. Yeah, they got Horace. That Dazzle and Marie got so much stuff in common. Every time I talk to you guys, I realize how so much alike they are. Marie asks when Leanna start high school. She will start high school next year. She's in the sixth grade here. There's really not a middle school in the Philippines. Once you graduate elementary school, grade six, the next year she's in high school. So high school goes from this grade 7 to 12. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they call like grade to 11 and 12. They call it senior high school, but from grade 7 to 10, it's already high school. So she is expecting a graduation ceremony
Yeah.
this year. She will be graduating this year from elementary school. So that's gonna be April.
Yeah, March or
Yeah,
April.
March or April is her graduation from elementary, and we'll film that for sure. Actually, she Marie Leanna, she says it's an audition, but I guess the grade 6. You know, you've seen Marie how we do the. I did the video on her school where they have flag ceremony,
Mm-mm.
and her teacher, because Leanna's the class president. Her teacher wanted Leanna to lead the entire school, kindergarten to 12th grade, in the flag ceremony, like that.
Pledge of
The pledge of allegiance to the Philippine flag. So Leanna's been memorizing it. So, so I told her, so she's gonna be leading that, but she don't want me to film it because she don't want to get pressured, extra pressure,
nervous.
extra nervous to do it. I told her I'll just film her here in the house. I'll leave my camera here and she can just by herself. She can
Yeah.
film it. That way we can review, make sure that she knows it.
Yeah.
I think she already knows it. Because I hear her practicing. She knows the words, but I told her it's a lot different. When you memorize things and you just practice it at home, than when you're standing in front of like 1,000 kids.
I actually the last hours, like the
Yeah.
hours, I actually heard her more like singing than doing the memorizing.
She's well, maybe she's singing
She's
it.
been singing like she got her
Oh,
AirPods,
she has her earbuds and
Yeah.
she's singing.
yeah, she's singing.
Yeah, but I'll make sure because I think Leanna said she has an audition for it on Monday. The teacher wanted Leanna
other kids.
with other kids.
other
Leanna,
presidents. I
yeah,
think.
other presidents of the different grades, and she has to have an audition on Monday to see how the delivery. That's why I wanted to record it at least. That I can help her make sure that she's saying all the words because it's in Tagalog.
Tagalog.
And that's not really native to Leanna. Leanna speaks more Aklan. Tagalog actually is not easy for her. Yeah, not easy for Leanna. So and the Pledge of Allegiance is in Tagalog. Yeah, it's not in Aklan. So I wanted to make sure she got that down pat before Monday. Monday is her audition. So today's Friday, so we have the whole weekend to work on her memorization of the Philippine Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the Philippines. Sergeant, do they have smart TV in the PH? I watch most of my YouTube, Amazon. Yes, they have smart TV, Daniel. Our TV actually is a smart TV. It's the name brand is Hisense, our TV. I don't know if it's a popular brand. I've never even really heard of it. It's Hisense. And the reason I bought it, it was cheap. This TV right here was like 15,000 pesos, so about $270. And it's what size is this, babe? 45? So and we've had it now for like 4 years.
No, it's 50.
Huh?
50.
50. So it's a good size TV for the price. Yeah, I mean, I can't complain for the price, and we've had it for 4 years. And the TV I had before this lasted for at least 10 years. It was like a great TV. But we handed that TV down to Dazel's mom. Then we bought this. But yes, smart TV, popular now. There's a lot, and then there's TVs too at SNR. I know SNR in Iloilo City. They have the same TVs in the United States. The same TV that you see at Costco, they have it at SNR. Might be a little pricier, the local brands or this high sense are a lot cheaper, a lot cheaper. Don't miss out Sentosa Island. See, that's the thing, HD. We haven't even been to Sentosa Island, so that's the thing. That's why I wanted to do Singapore again with Dazzle, because we know we could do Universal Studio. We haven't done that. We haven't done Sentosa Island, and then we haven't stayed on the base. We just visited the BX and commissary. So staying in the building for me, that would be kind of cool. It's like I kind of look forward to that. And then because if we can stay in billeting, I can run on the base during the morning. That'll be fun for me to run in a military base again. It's like I can't say that here in the Philippines because there's no U.S. military bases here anymore. The last time I ran in a U.S. military base was in Tucson at Davis Monthan in 2011. So 13 years I haven't run in a U.S. military base. So that'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool to like, kind of sneak up on a group of like troops doing their morning run or even run with them, because I know they wouldn't mind. Because when we visited the naval base at Simbawang, I just really felt welcome because I was at the gate. I was remember, and they were checking the information, because I had to get a pass for Dazzle because she didn't have an ID card yet, a military ID card. That's where she actually got her military ID card. And that's why we went to a Simbawang naval base. And there was an officer. He was a major in the Air Force because he just happened to be walking the gate, and he goes, can I help you, sir? And I told him, yeah, I'm trying to get my wife an ID, and I'm retired Air Force, and and he's like, oh wow, it's like he was like shook my hand, and then thanked me for my service, and he helped us. He's like helped us through the process, took us to where to get the ID, walked with us. So it was really cool. It's like I don't get that anymore. I don't get interaction with military personnel here in the Philippines because there's no longer a U.S. base here. So that's why I wouldn't mind staying at Simbawang Naval Base for at least like maybe 2 nights, staying billeting. I think they have a bowling alley, just bowl a couple of games. That'll just be fun for me. Reminisce about my life in the military, walking around a naval base. Jonathan, Bangkok has a sky train starting at the airport. We also use Grab to get around. Oh, okay. That wasn't there before. The last time, it's been a while for me to Bangkok. I think at least 10 years since the last time I was in Bangkok. So I don't remember him having Grab. I remember riding the tuk tuk when I was there in Bangkok. But I don't think they had Grab 10 years ago in Thailand. How costly was Singapore? Oh, Daniel. Good question, Daniel. The hotels in Singapore are kind of pricey, and even there's Leanna. She's finally awake. There's Leanna. Uh, Good morning, Leanna.
Morning.
Yeah, Singapore. The food in Singapore, Daniel, is just amazing. The hawker stands, they have these kind of like shopping malls where there's just a bunch of food in it, like the clay pot chicken, the soy. They have Michelin star food there that's like really cheap, like $3, $4. The food, no problem. The food is like fantastic, cheap. You can eat at many places in Singapore. Great food, Indian food, Chinese food, international food for cheap. The thing that is costly in Singapore is the hotel. If you're looking for like a nice hotel, pricey. Dazzle and I, when we went there, we stayed at what's called the Cube Hotel. And the Cube Hotel is like you slept in these pods, and the pods were like there's a one, and there's a pod above you, so like 2 floors. When we were there, there was nobody sleeping on the pod above us. Just so we had, at least we had our pod, and the pod was like a queen size bed. It had, you can close it, and you had storage underneath the pod, and even that pod. This was in 2018, 6 years ago. The pod cost us like $60 a night, so not cheap. Hotel accommodations was not, and then the bathroom, it was like a community bathroom, but you can lock the bathroom. You can go to the bathroom, lock it. You can shower. It's private, and that was the Cube Hotel where we stayed in Chinatown. Like this time when we plan to go, that's why I was saying we'll probably stay at Simbawang Naval Base, because from Simbawang Naval Base, you can ride the subway. There's a station close enough to the base where you can ride the subway. Transportation was cheap because the whole time we were there, we had $25 unlimited per person to travel the subway. So and they're easy to follow. It's called almost impossible to get lost. You just gotta follow the directions. The color, it's color coded, and you can look in. And I'm sure you can look on your phone now, but back then they have maps. To travel from the difference. And Singapore's not that big. It's really just an island. It's not that big. But highly recommend Singapore. It's like to me, that's probably like the best, one of the best places to visit in Southeast Asia. Goku, do you think it's better to adopt Liana since she's staying with you both? You can add her to your TRICARE. You can get extra for under. Just a thought. It's just a hard process here. It's like anything like that to like adoption. It's not an easy process here. Anytime you have to deal with government agencies in the Philippines, I know it's not an easy process. And it's not a financial burden for us, for Liana. So I'm not looking, for to help us financially, so we're fine the way the situation with the situation. All right. Yeah, yeah, Horace. I am glad. All right, all right. That's our spot, actually, Horace. That corner right there, that's usually the spot for Totoy. Expat. Wow. That's going to be a lot of infrastructure. Brian, he was like, that's going to be a lot of infrastructure.
After gym, we eat lunch.
Um, I'm not quite sure what infra. I guess I'm not putting it together. I'm sorry, Brian. I'm not putting it together like the infrastructure. I was in Team Spirit in the 80s. Oh, okay. I remember Team Spirit. I was in Team Spirit too, man, because I was stationed at Suwon Air Base in Korea. Was one of my assignment in the 80s. I lived in Korea for a year. SoCal Benny. Hi, Gino and Dazel. Is the Philippine Pledge of Allegiance is still called Panatang Makabayan? All right, Leanna, you should be the one answering that. What is the Pledge of Allegiance, Leanna? You don't know. You're memorizing it, girl. Panatang Makabayan, is that what it's called, Leanna?
Ibig ko ang Pilipinas. Aking lupang sinira.
See, Dazzle even knows a little bit of it. I've forgotten that, I haven't recited that since I was 12, babe. So it's like, yeah, I'll have to look at the title, but that seems to be right. Panatang Makabayan seems to be the right title. Oh, thank you, Horace. Thank you, Horace. Tita Marie said to go buy a strawberry smoothie because you made her smile today. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Actually, Leanna and Horace, I took her yesterday for a strawberry smoothie. Remember, Leanna?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday, I took her to Mr. DIY. She went shopping. And it was kind of like our bonding moment, Horace and Marie. It was like our bonding moment. I got Leanne, we did the Mr. DIY. And then afterwards, we went to the mall and got both of us. We both got strawberry smoothies. But I'm sure she'll want to get something else. I'll make sure she gets something.
Sana all.
But you made your Tita Marie smile.
Oh.
Liana.
Rihanna Tope wants to go out.
Totoy wants to go out, Liana. Yeah. Thank you again, Horace and Marie. Thank you again. You guys do so much for us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Oh, it's blocking the thing here. All right. All right. Let me see. Okay.
We're doing
Babe, can you look at the screen here because that one
Okay,
message is kind of blocked. Do I just click here to remove it?
the thing.
I made a reply. It says, "Thank you very much." It kind of,
Okay.
how it's kind of blocking it.
Reply.
So I'm done. I'm done with the reply. So I just want to close that reply that way. No, not that. Oh, there it is. There it is. There. Thanks, babe. Thanks, babe. I'm always just careful because I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. As I said. And we will. Where did you want to go for lunch, Leanna?
Leanna, answer it.
You answer, Leanna. That way I know where you want to go for lunch today. Because we can go to Calibo.
We're going to the gym.
We're going to the gym. We're going to the
And
gym.
then we eat lunch.
Then we eat lunch. All right. That sounds good. And even Leanna likes the gym now. We took her there the other day and she's excited to go back.
Because she likes lifting.
She likes lifting. And I know it was Leanna's first time on a treadmill. And she enjoyed that, because she did it twice. She did 30 minutes. And then I don't think you did 30 minutes on the second time. 20. So she did 50 minutes total on the treadmill. But she likes all the dumbbells. I know she was messing around with the dumbbells. HD, Gino, have you thought about contributing your experience to the Philippine Scout? Teaching young troops how to tie certain knots, navigating terrain. Honestly, I don't even, I'm not even, I don't, I have to review, man, because it's been years, a lot of the skills that I have in the military. You got to remember, I retired 20 years ago, man. So it's I probably need a refresher course on everything I learned, in the past. And now, it's I got so much stuff going on now, that I can barely keep up with the YouTube now, man. It's Horace who says, Leanna, Tita Marie was hoping to see you. All right, sit down here, Leanna. So your Tita Marie, sit down here so your Tita Marie can see you. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. There you go. There you go. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. Now I get it, Brian, because I wasn't sure what you meant by infrastructure. The docks for the cruise ships. Yes, definitely. More infrastructure. And it is. It's like a constant infrastructure being built around Boracay. I mean, babe, there hasn't been a stoppage of construction in Boracay, right, babe?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, every time. And actually, the bridge, Brian, the bridge from mainland Aklan to Boracay, they're building a bridge. And from all indications, I'm not 100% now. From all indications, the bridge will start building in 2025. They're going to start. San Miguel Corporation is going to build a bridge to connect Boracay Island with the mainland. You have any words, Lynn?
I don't know.
You don't. You don't have any words?
She was like it earlier.
At least your Tita Marie can see you because she wanted to see you since you just woke up. Oh, I just got a message from Mom Marlene. I'll reply later.
Diana was like, I don't know what to do, ate.
You don't know what to do. You don't know what to do.
Earlier.
Earlier. HD Apex to Rabbit Farmer. I was referring to the Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts. U.S. Boy Scouts program was ruined by letting girls join when they have girls. Like they had they have stuff like that going on. Um, the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, even in your school. Remember, they just got finished with that. The Boy Scout
Yeah.
and
They
Girl
have
Scouts.
a knot tying contest.
Not tying contest.
Yeah.
See, they got events. They got events in school for that. Singapore. Try Sergeant USA Daniel. Try getting your lodging through military lodging on base. Yeah, yeah. I will for sure, man. I know for sure they'll have something there like I can go to the Simbawang Naval Base website. I'm sure I can try to reserve billeting through them. HD, yes, we do Boy Scouts there, mostly in the elementary and high school. I attended many events. Yeah, they still do that. Rabbit Farmer and HD, they still have in the public schools. I know they have Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts. Ellen, sad that they are building a bridge to Boracay. Yeah, part of that, I just think, with anything, even all the development in Boracay, it's just progress. It's like for me, the beach is the main thing. I go in Boracay, so I enjoy White Beach. I enjoy Puka Beach. So, the infrastructures, they really don't bother me. If it makes the reason for the bridge is it's for transport of like supplies to Boracay, and then the garbage in Boracay, because they have to bring that garbage in Boracay to the mainland and bury the garbage in the mainland. That's why that's the whole bridge. So I can understand. Just make it more efficient, because right now they put the garbage in like barges. They put the trucks in barges and they float them to the mainland. So just to make life easier for everybody. Okay, you say SM Corp. I know in Boracay, I've heard the casino. I mean, that casino's been. I've been around Boracay now for the last 13 years. I lived there in 2011, and I've been hearing a casino all that time in Boracay. So it's one of those things. It's like wait and see if it ever happens. It's like I don't worry about stuff that a lot. You hear a lot of rumors. Even the bridges. I don't think it's a done deal until I see the bridge. I'll believe it when I see it. Same thing with the casino in Boracay. I'll believe it when I see it that they build it. All right, we're getting close to 2 hours now, so that's about the time a lot here, and it's about 11:30 here. I'm sure they want to eat lunch soon. Hey Jamal, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Go buy an orange flavored beer. I don't know if I can find that. I got. Thank you very much for the $5, and Horace and Maria appreciate the $20. It's like I'll treat the ladies to lunch, and whatever smoothie you want, watermelon smoothie, Leanna. Orange juice. I'll make sure I treat the ladies to their lunch today, and smoothie. Probably. Thank you. Where did you want to go? Where did you want to go? Did you guys want to go to the Gran Gaisano? There's a lot of food there, a lot of smoothies there.
Maybe the GQ. I think they have like a good.
Oh yeah, the GQ. You want to
strawberry?
Yeah, we can. Anywhere you guys want to go, we'll head to Calibo. We'll go to Calibo.
Paris? Or do you wanna?
Yeah, we'll have time. You guys are gonna get ready anyway. You
Yeah.
guys can
Why are
start
you
getting
so
ready.
sad? Why are you so sad?
Casinos and thanks again, Jamal. Appreciate that, brother.
Jamal.
Jamal, our brother Jamal. We're gonna see him soon.
Yes, I can't wait. I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear the
Oh,
stories.
I know. You hear that, Jamal? Dazzle can't wait all the stories because we haven't seen Jamal in a couple of months, and he's
Mm-mm.
had quite the adventure. He's traveled
Mm.
in Japan, traveled in the
Dumaguete.
Magete. I think he
Now
went to yeah. I
Iloilo.
mean, in Southeast Asia. I know Jamal's just a world traveler, so I'm sure he's gonna have a
I
lot
think
of
he went to Vietnam.
Vietnam. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So he's gonna have a lot of stories for us for sure.
Mm-mm.
Brian, hey Brian, thank you, brother, for coming online. Appreciate it, man. You have a great night.
Apache.
Say hello to Apache for us.
Mm.
Rabid Farmer. Hey, take care, Will and Aliyah. Aliyah, I have to remember your wife's name, man. Since you mentioned it, I'll list it down. So I'll get your wife's name down. Good lively chat again today. See you next week. But remember, we fall back on that. Okay. I think I'll just keep it again. Like I said, I don't like changing times. I'll leave it the way it is. So now that you fell back. So now it's earlier for you guys now, I guess. So but the same time, Friday, the same time here in the Philippines, 9:30 a.m. in the Philippines. You know. Ingas, HD. All right, Ingat, brother. Ingat. Great chatting. Hey, Daniel. Appreciate you, Daniel. Orange beer is Blue Moon. Oh, all right, there is orange beer, baby. So, guys,
What?
I've seen that Blue Moon beer.
I would love a what they call this the 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 drink the
Pina colada.
no,
No, I know you like pina colada.
I had that in the
Oh, whiskey
mall.
sour. You like the
Yes,
whiskey sour.
Amarito sour.
Amaretto sour. I know you
Yeah.
like the amaretto sour. Ray. All right, Ray. Have a good weekend, brother.
Dayanatang.
Have a good weekend.
Dayanatang,
Yes,
babe.
love Blue Moon. I've never had it, Will. I've never had Blue Moon. I probably can get one in SNR the next time we go to SNR. All right. Take care, everyone. We're gonna go get something to eat because it's 11:30 here, and I know the girls here. I know they're hungry. All right. Take care. See you guys again next weekend or
Bye
next Friday. Next
bye.
Friday.